What's up, YouTube? I'm Brian, and this one hurt. This one hurt a lot. Hey everyone, welcome back. It's been a while. I really wasn't expecting to make a video about Jason David Frank passing away, but I just kept thinking about the memories that I have with Power Rangers. I even started writing a script for a TikTok when I realized I just have a lot that I want to talk about, maybe just share. Maybe this is just therapy for me, just to kind of talk about it. Power Rangers is the reason I took karate as a kid. I loved Power Rangers. Me and my friends would play Power Rangers, and we would be the color based on the piece of chalk that we held. And I don't know, in my memory, it wasn't like the cylindrical chalk, it was like an egg shape. Whatever color you were, that's who you were. And of course, we all fought over who was going to be the Green Ranger. Another memory I have is on my birthday, my parents set up a scavenger hunt all throughout my house, and it ended with me pressing play on the VCR. The TV turns on. It is the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers movie on VHS. You better believe I watched it a million times. Another quick short memory is I was the Red Ranger for Halloween one year, and years later, I was being kind of a spoiled brat, I imagine, and I'm pretty sure I just told my parents I didn't want it anymore, and it wasn't special to me, and I didn't care if my mom sold it in the garage sale. So the garage sale comes, I'm checking on it, I still see it's up there, and then later the sale ends, and I go to see that it's not there. It's gone. It was sold. And after crying and crying and crying, my mom then presented it to me. She held it, she kept it aside because she knew I was just in a moment. I was upset about something that was not related to the Power Ranger outfit, and she kept it for me. And I, to this day, still have the outfit, not so much the helmet. Yeah, that was cool. That was really cool of my mom. And speaking of my mom, this leads me to one of the two kind of bigger stories that I wanted to tell. This story takes place where every dream came true for a kid, and that, of course, was Toys R Us in the 90s. Power Rangers just released the toys. We're talking about the figures that had the rotating heads. You press the button on their belt, and these flaps open, and a head spins to go from their teenagers with attitude selves flipped to the masked Power Ranger that they were. And it was revolutionary. I needed every single figure that I could get. And I don't know why, but one day, me and my mom went to Toys R Us. At Walmart, there's the $5 movie bin, and you're digging for movies, trying to find the one movie that you want. Picture the bin, instead of movies, Power Ranger action figures on card. And then also picture 10 other moms surrounding that bin, trying to find the character that they need. This is a real life Jingle All the Way scenario. People are trying to get the toy. But the difference between Jingle All the Way and this situation is that the moms, even though we're frantically trying to get what they wanted, we're also helping each other out. And the vivid memory comes from me looking at this situation of my mom getting in there and just trying to find every single character, but also hearing the mom saying, I need yellow, here's yellow, I need red, here's red, I got red right here. It was like the stock market and an auction house put together in one. From what I can remember, there was no fighting, but there was a lot of yelling, but it was all positive. Everyone, was getting what they wanted. And we walked away with 6 Power Ranger figures. Now, yes, we got 6 action figures, but we were not made of money, and so basically the time to buy them was now, but the time for me to enjoy them was for my birthday, which I feel like was a couple of months later, which was perfectly fine with me because I knew I was going to get the toys. But when I got home, I still vividly remember both of them moving their hands around my hair to try and brainwash me to forget that I had the toys. That was a really special memory to me, and my mom, every now and then she'll text me some news that she sees, and for this one, she said sorry because she knew how much it meant to me. And she said, we fought hard to find that one. And it's true. She got into the trenches to get the Green Ranger. Now, this is a video for the remembrance of Jason David Frank, and this is my final kind of big memory that I have, and that is when the Green Ranger turns into the White Ranger. Do you remember a cliffhanger ending of who is the person in white? And I remember looking at my dad and saying, oh my God, who's it going to be? I have no idea. And of course, my dad, who, knows how story works, because it's pretty obvious. I have since gone back and watched the 2 episodes, and it's so obvious. Of course, it's going to be Tommy. But me as a kid, I had no idea. So I still remember my dad, being like, it might be the Green Ranger, it might be Tommy. And I was just like, no way! And then it was revealed, of course, to be Tommy in the next episode. Tommy was everything to everyone, and when he turned into the White Ranger, it was still just as cool. The dude was a hero to all, and unfortunately, I don't know who that was for him. He's been doing cons for ages, He got Amy Jo Johnson to kind of come out of Power Ranger retirement to do a couple of cons, which I got to see her at, which was awesome because of course I was in love with the Pink Ranger. I got to see him at my very first con ever. That was my first experience of spending $80 to get a photo and an autograph with someone, but worth it. But these memories I will cherish for the rest of my life. And that's why I want to make this video. It's just in case, just in case I forget any part of these stories. Hopefully it's a video that you enjoy and maybe you can relate to. I guarantee there are other people out there that played Power Rangers with pieces of chalk based on the color. I guarantee people had a similar story of finding the toys or collecting the toys. And I guarantee when the Green Ranger turned to the White Ranger, people's jaws were on the floor for years. Rest in peace, Jason David Frank, man. He was an absolute legend. They all are. The ones that are still here. Thank you for doing what you do. I see you guys at the cons every single year. You were. I think you guys were my Beatles, man. It's tough getting older, huh? We had Robbie Coltrane pass earlier this year. We had Kevin Conroy pass a couple of weeks ago. It sucks when your childhood dies. And I know it's not for all of us, but for some of us, childhood was just easier. Life was just much easier back then. I had great role models in my real life, but I had even better role models on the screen. This definitely got a little bit more real than I thought it would be. Honestly, I think I just needed to do this. I think I just needed to talk it out, because I don't really have a lot of people I can do that with these days, and maybe you need to talk it out too. Maybe you just need to have a good cry for a fallen hero. What do we do from here, Thankfully, I have a daughter, and I can share these stories with her, and I can share these experiences with her, and I can share this art with her. And even though JDF might be gone, his story will live on through us, through his fans' children. These are stories that must be shared so the legacy can live on. And I think if you have a story, you should record it, you should film it. It doesn't matter where you put it, even if it's just on your computer, so it's a memory that you can revisit later in your life. I think that's pretty smart. But if you do record any story, let me know. Send it to me. My contact is somewhere here on YouTube. Email me. If you don't want to film a video, write it down in the comments. I want to hear your experiences with Power Rangers, genuinely. Because as you can tell, the tears running down my face, this means a lot. The Rangers mean a lot. And I think the movie is due for another rewatching. Thank you for letting me just get this out. I think that was necessary. Thank you for watching, for commenting, liking, subscribing. I really, really do appreciate that. I've been Brian. Once a Ranger, always a Ranger, my friend. May your legacy live on. Rest in peace.